Here are my top 5 NFL football teams. Big Sills, top 5 NFL teams. Welcome back. Hour 2, National Football Show. It's your boy, Big Sills. Top 5 NFL teams, college teams, standings. 2022, Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to throw this at you here. How about this stat for the Eagles? Here's the most important stat I could possibly throw at you guys. Last 14 games, regular season, the Eagles are 11-3. I thought you'd like that. Last 14 regular season games, the Eagles are 11-3. How's that sound? That sounds incredible. I had to look it up. I went and I sat there and I went, okay, really? Yes. Okay. 11-3. Last regular season 14 NFL football games. It's quite a testament there for Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff. Okay. Jam, most of those losses were to Plummer. I'll take Odell Beckham in a heartbeat. Who's to say we stay healthy? Hey, man, I'm just saying, dude, you add him to your offensive game and you put him in your attack each week. I don't know who you I don't know. I don't know who you defend. Okay? Why does everyone hate on Hurts? No one's hating on Hurts. Okay? No one's hating on Hurts. Hating? What, because you don't put him in the Josh Allen and the Lamar Jackson conversations of that kind of talent? Let him get there. He's working his way there. Don't you guys believe in work? And in hard work? And in accomplishments? And in doing great things? Or do you guys like to go like this? Hey, let's give it to him now without doing any hard work. Oh, gee, I got it. Some people in our country like that. Just, I don't have to do much and shit. And, I get it. Half the country's that way. I don't want to work for anything. All right. Classic, man. Hey, get this. So here's let me go here. So Merrill Reese says the 4-0 start is great, but don't get ahead of yourselves. And you guys crush me for it. Donovan McNabb says the team is 2 to 3 years away from being a Super Bowl team. How come when those guys say it, there's nothing to it? Okay? McNabb thinks you're 2 years. I don't think so. I think you're here now. And I said that. I've been saying that all year. I think you're here kind of now, okay? And I say that because I don't really respect the NFC. Okay? I disagree with McNabb. 2 years from now, this team won't look the same with all the 1-year deals Howie has on them. Big Sills, who will be the first to get fired behind the whole Jimmy G situation? Whew, boy, I'll tell you what, man. That guy what if Jimmy G goes to the Super Bowl and wins it? McNabb is a hater? He's an Eagle hater? Huh. McNabb is still crying about T.O. That's a fact. By the way, Williams, McNabb is petty. Remember I said that. The reason he was never a champion was because he's petty. Talent? Great. Best quarterback in franchise history? Absolutely. But he's petty. His relationships. If Donovan hey, you want to hear this? If Donovan McNabb had the same internal structure and same mentality for the game that Jalen Hurts has, he'd be considered better than Eli and Roethlisberger and all those other guys. But because he was such a baby with shit, it got in his way. He's petty. He was never a leader. All this shit bugged him. People saying shit in the media. Him not being able to handle himself. T.O. Dude, look at what Brady did with AB and Randy Moss and all them guys. Cedric Benson and all the people who had dents in the fender. Aaron Hernandez was a murderer. Look at how Brady treated a murderer. He lockered right next to him. Brady had a murderer locker next to him because he knew that guy could help them win games. T.O. and what's his name have a 20-year spat that doesn't end. It's so petty. They're both ridiculous. But the quarterback's got to be ahead of the game with that stuff. He's got to be above that shit. And he never was. McNabb was your worst leader and yet your best quarterback in franchise history. What a sorry statement. What a sorry statement for a talented player. Honestly, McNabb, you'd look at McNabb and you go, he's a borderline Hall of Famer. Really? Donovan McNabb should be a slam dunk Hall of Famer. But because he was so stupid with his mentality and how he handled his teammates, he's bitching over Deshaun Jackson getting named to the Pro Bowl at 2 different positions. Dude, shut up. You should be embracing that and wanting your teammates to be that, and get all the riches you can get. Not him. The guy's a baby. What a worm. Okay? Sills said Jalen will never be a lead passer. He's not, and he won't. Philly. There was a story that Deshaun Jackson, when he was on a podcast, said that McNabb at the Pro Bowl was bitching to other players at the Pro Bowl that Jackson didn't deserve it. He's like, dude, what the, you know what? Why would you do it in front of your own peers, too, at the Pro Bowl? You're doing that shit. I'd have punched him right in his face. Don't talk about me like that. What a shitty teammate. That's what I'm saying. Jalen Hurts, if they could have did some sort of like Frankenstein brain transplant and put it on McNabb would have won 3 Super Bowls. Would have won 3 Super Bowls. Okay? McNabb made himself weaker from fear of what people thought of him completely. If you go around worrying about what people think, it'll destroy you. Okay? And right now, I agree with Xander. Donovan McNabb is bitter because, no, Xander, not the success on the field. Every time McNabb goes on WIP, he's bitter because you love him. He's bitter because the community embraces him. And you guys come here every day and fight for him. I admire that. You fight for this kid. You ain't fighting for McNabb. McNabb's a bitter old man. I hear him talking about Jalen. This guy talks worse about Jalen than I do. At least I don't like, it's a style thing. For him, it's I'm the better. You're like, dude, you should be hoping that someone supersedes you and does things greater than you. And you hope for people's success. That's why when I'm wrong, I admit it. I don't think 4 games into a season, anybody's right or wrong yet. Okay, you're wrong after 17 games and then the playoffs. Or right. That's when we'll all know if Big Sills is right or wrong. Not 4 games. Hassan Reddick is a success. 4 games in? That's dumb. It's dumb. Jalen's a success. 4 games in. That's dumb. It's dumb. McNabb, I heard that interview on WIP, and I'm like, this guy's a bitter dude, man. He's hoping that guy fails. Oh, the Eagles are 2 years away. What are you looking at? What could you possibly think that they're 2 years away in a shitty NFC? Really? I'd like to see the Eagles play the 49ers. That'd be a hell of a football game. I think you're better than the Rams. I think that Buck game would be a little closer. I still think Brady wins. The Packer game's going to be interesting on the schedule late in the season. But we're talking about the elite teams. We're not talking about Jacksonville. Minnesota. Hey, by the way, more I look at that Minnesota win, they are 3-1. And they did beat that Packer team who's 3-1. And got to give kudos there. Devin, 2-4. You're right. I'm wrong. Greg, agreed with T.O. McNabb, got tired. T.O. didn't get tired. Who cares who got tired? What a dumb, overhyped, do-nothing story between two loser mentalities. McNabb and Owens. That's why those guys are looked at as, watch this. How'd you like this? Teal's one of the best talents in the history of the NFL. Shitty teammate, though. Jalen Hurts, looked at as one of the best players in Eagle history. Great teammate. Who would you rather be? Put some respect on Reddick. I will at the end of the year. I'll let you know. Oh, okay. Nick. Yeah, he got off the bus. Congratulations. And by the way, you don't get kudos for chasing Washington and Jacksonville around. You get kudos for chasing Kyler Murray and Dallas around. He does that, we'll put a stamp on him. Till then, chasing Carson Wentz around and chasing the Jags around in the rain, not getting me anywhere. We'll see. Next 2 weeks, Hassan Reddick hour. Will Hurts pass for 4,000 yards this year? Oh, man. Reddick is that dude. Congratulations. Hell of a game against the Jags. Way to go. Good week. About time, kid. You got off the bus. Nice job, man. Great kudos to you. Okay. Xander's, oh, man. Xander's got 4,500 yards. How can you have 4,500 yards and only be on pace for 17 touchdowns? I don't get it. This guy's going to have 4,500 yards and 17 touchdowns. Oh, wow. What a productive year. So this guy could throw in between the 20s, but not in the end zone. Yeah. Wow, man. That's a hell of a quarterback. Well, what happened to scoring? Well, he's not really a thrower in touchdowns. Do you understand that Brady will have more touchdown passes in one season than Jalen will have in 2 years combined? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know. Hurts will shatter the Eagles' single-season passing record. Yeah, held by Carson Wentz. Congratulations to you. What a mountain to climb. Yeah. Hey, that's a huge mountain to climb, man. Woof. That Carson Wentz mountain, 33 touchdowns, 4,400 yards, whatever it was. Come on, man. Yeah, what a mountain to climb. So imagine the Eagles get Odell Beckham. Jesse, I love that. I think he'll get 27 touchdowns. Well, he better start up in that. Hurts, if Hurts throws for $4,000 and 600 rushing yards, okay, he won't last 5 years if he continues that trend. That's Josh Allen. How that's starting to feel. You said he wouldn't do it though. I don't know who you're talking about. Sills, best O-line in football. We don't pass on goal line. Oh, well, he'll be the only quarterback I've ever seen in NFL history throw for 4,000 yards and under 20 touchdowns again. Under 20 touchdowns? Bro, if you got a quarterback in your team that doesn't throw for 20 or more touchdowns, he's not even better than Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush. could throw for more touchdowns than Jalen Hurts at this pace. Oh, man. Okay, what didn't I answer? Let me get into this, man. I got my top 5. Let me do the top 5 NFL teams. Oh, this is going to be fun. He'll rush for 20 touchdowns. Yeah, that's improving on your passing game. Okay. He'll pass for 20. Okay. Passer or rusher? I think Jalen's more. I tell you what, he's getting better passing. He is. Facts. Still a runner. More defensive coordinators are in fear of his running ability, not his throwing ability. That's still a fact. I'm a defensive coordinator in the NFL today. I see he's gotten better passing. I do. But my concern is third down and long when he breaks the edges down and he takes off running. They won that Detroit game, not because of his passing, but because he broke down on third down. And you saw even in the Jags game, they were fearful of what? Not him throwing the ball deep, of him running. Facts. Facts. Seals, is that a mood ring? No. It's a turquoise ring. No, it's not. It's turquoise. Padded forever. A mood ring. Yeah. What do you think? I have a pet rock somewhere too, dude? A mood ring. Hey, what do you think? I have a magic 8-ball somewhere too? Oh, man. Holy cow. It still wears a mood ring. I haven't heard. Hey, dude, I haven't heard mood ring in like 30 years. What? Oh, man. Only undefeated team. It's still hating. Dude, just because you're undefeated doesn't make you the best team in the league. You should know better than that. How many times do you think the best team with the best record wins the Super Bowl every year? Brady, when he won it, they won 11 games. Eli Manning, I think both teams were 10 wins? I mean, really? Relax with that. We get the best record for the best team. Best start, you mean? Hey, Merrill Reese said it. Your boy McNabb is on the airwaves in Philly going, you're not ready yet. You got 2 more years. Why aren't you shitting on him? When did so many Eagle fans start sounding like, oh my God! Xander, please. Rage, please. Look at that. When did so many Eagle fans start sounding like cow? Oh my God. I actually think Cowboy fans are pathetic. We're the best. No, you're not. You thought you were a year ago, too. Oh. You're now Cowboy fans? Wouldn't want to be called that, because that means this. You get bounced early in playoffs. Wow. Hey, Omar, Cowboys haven't won anything. Thank you, Doctor. Really? It's been 28 years. Here are my top 5 NFL football teams. Big Sills, top 5 NFL teams. Number 5, the Green Bay Packers, with the greatness of Aaron Rodgers. Number 4, legend, the greatest football player potentially in the history of the National Football League. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Tom Brady. Number 3, Big Sills, top 5 NFL football teams after week 4. The Philadelphia Eagles are number 3, led by the greatest Jalen Hurts. Number 2 team I picked to play the Eagles in the Super Bowl. The Buffalo Bills. And the number 1 team in the National Football League. And I think the most impressive win in the first 4 games of the year. The KC Chiefs. They go into Tampa and beat the hell out of the Buccaneers at Raymond James. Packers 5, Bucks 4, Eagles 3, Bills 2, Chiefs number 1. Chiefs who lost to the Colts. Yeah. And you beat the Vikings. Let's take a look at this for a second here, shall we? Let's take a look at the most impressive wins in the first 4 weeks of the season. Let's take a look at the Chiefs. Well, we already know they beat the Bucks. Buffalo Bills schedule.
The Bills won 23-20 last Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens.
Bills beat the Ravens. Eagles, the greatness of Kirk Cousins. And the Vikings. See the Bucks. Buccaneers, beat the Cowboys, who you haven't beaten in. God, I can't remember.
Last Sunday against the Chiefs.
Packers.
Last Sunday, the
Packers beat the Bucks. So let's take a look at this. My top 5 teams and their most impressive wins so far. Bucks were beaten handily by the Chiefs. Bills beat the Ravens last week, 23-20. Eagles beat the Vikings. Kirk Cousins. Who you think sucks? Right, GT? Don't you think Cousins sucks? Weren't you saying that? Buccaneers beat the Cowboys. Packers beat the Bucks. Well, Anthony, if the Bucks are overrated, aren't the Eagles? Aren't they overrated? Who have you beaten that you thought that was a significant win on your schedule where you're not saying that? I haven't used the word overrated because I don't think they are. But if you want to throw that out there and you want to bring that up and you want to call the Bucks overrated, so are you. Remember, apply the same common knowledge that you're using for your team and give the respect for some of the teams that you haven't beaten and beaten. I give you the respect to the 3-1 Vikings. Okay? I do. I think they're decent. I think they're good. I think playoff team. But if you're saying the Bucks are overrated, there's really nobody, 1-3 Detroit? A team in Washington who could be the top pick in the draft? And the Jags team probably wins 6 games this year. Where are you talking about not being overrated and that 4-0 record overrated? I hear everyone on our network and across the country talking about all the statistics where they're ranked. Yeah. Well, you really haven't beaten significant teams on good defenses or any pushback at all in any way. And you're doing what you're supposed to do. And again, I'm not using that word. Don't take it and land it there. I'm not using the word overrated. I don't think you are. But let's not go there. Well, the Packers are overrated. Well, so are you then. So are you. I don't think any of these 5 teams are overrated or underrated. But if you want to start doing that, I can too. I could break down the Minnesota Vikings numbers and the Jags numbers and Washington's pathetic numbers. Detroit. I could break, you should see some of the deficiencies that they have on third down. You want to go there? I can easily. I'm not, though. I'm not going there. I do not believe, and I'm going to say it again, that the Eagles are overrated. But don't say another team like the Buccaneers with Brady on it are overrated when you could make the same case that the Eagles haven't played anybody worth shit. And the only team that may make the playoffs will be the Vikings. Maybe. I like them. Xander and I have liked them since last winter. Don't start saying overrated because it's an easy conversation on Philly's schedule. 31st worst schedule in the league. You want to start going down? I don't, because I don't want that. Because I don't believe that. And I don't really like saying shit I don't believe. Rodgers is washed. So he beats Brady and Belichick in consecutive weeks, and you think that sucks. Dude, you got to learn to put your own knowledge and your own comments to apply to your own team. I mean, how do you look at Green Bay and the Buccaneers? So you must think the Giants are great, or what? Or they're overrated too. Well, if they're overrated, you are. Bill has a shit team he's done in New England. I'll tell you what, every time you play a New England team, you better bring your A game to beat them. You can beat that team nowadays, but you better bring your A game or they will beat you. Brady just isn't human. Rodgers is number one talent, but one Super Bowl. Dan Marino was a spectacular talent, but no Super Bowls. Warren Moon. Come on, man. It's a dumb comment again. I think we will beat the Bucs. Really? After they dismantled you 6 months ago? Really? Jalen Hurts, like I agree with Shannon. You think he out-duels Brady? Okay. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. By the way, my college teams. 5 Michigan, 4 Ohio State, 3 Clemson, 2 Georgia, 1 Alabama. I put Bama above them. I still think Georgia, though, looks like they're going to be a formidable team, but they struggled last week against Missouri a little bit. Bama had a tough-ass game against Arkansas. I think Arkansas is a better team. That's why I put Bama number 1, because they had a tougher opponent. Georgia played Missouri. Missouri, they're decent. They're not great. But I thought Bama had to play a pretty tough Arkansas team. That's why I put them up there. And they won in spite of their quarterback going out and Bryce Young having to go down, and their running game took over. They have so many ways on how they can beat you on that Bama team. So Michigan, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, Bama. I like Clemson. I think Clemson's got a boatload of studs on that team. You're going to see a bunch of those guys go in the first round. That's 6 months ago. I know. Well, you think Jalen's better than Brady in 6 months? We don't think so. I don't think so. Jalen Hurts will never be better than Tom Brady. That is, hey, taxes, dying, and Hurts never be better than Brady. Those are givens. Those are givens. He's better now. Yeah, okay, he's better now. And N91, way to keep it going, baby. Way to keep it going. Okay, he doesn't need to be. He doesn't, actually. He can be Trent Dilfer. I don't mean Jalen's not Trent Dilfer, even though Dilfer's got a Super Bowl too. Yeah, Trent's got a Super Bowl. I'm sure he's better than Marino, right? Because he's got a Super Bowl, right? Like, you take Trent Dilfer over Dan Marino, right? And Warren Moon, Phillip Rivers. Some of you would, because you're 4-0. Sil said that Cooper Rush will be better than Brady. I did? I don't remember that. Serious CTE would have to be kicking for me to say that. Hey, Sills, the I-95 is awesome. Yeah. Hey, I used to live right off it, dude, exit 7. Okay? Right there in Stamford, Connecticut, baby. Brady's done. I thought he was done 15 years ago. Brady's done? Wow. Brady's done. He's on pace for 5,000 yards. Okay? Take Robert Horry over. Look, you'll take me. Okay. We're gonna take a time out here. I got the standings. And I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna play your game with your 4-0 record. Watch this. Eagles versus the field. Eagles versus the field. And we're going to take a look at that. Got it right here. I want to play this game. Oh. Greatness of Hassan Reddick. I love it, man. Keep going, guys. Keep it going. Hit the like button. Hey, our good friends at Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. They don't get paid unless you do. If you've been hurt or injured on the job, there's only one law firm for you to contact. That is Morgan & Morgan. For the people is not a slogan. It is who they are. And I promise you when I say this, there are over 800 attorneys and offices in Philly, New York, and in Florida. We'll make sure that they do the job that you and your family need. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. Call us free. Consultations free. Open 24/7. 800-512-1600. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, tell them Big Sil sent you.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When you're hit from behind in a car crash, the insurance company may try to say, you can't possibly be hurt. It was only a few miles an hour. It's simply not true. You see, here's the thing. Getting hit at 10 miles per hour is like falling off of this. 15 miles per hour, like this. And only 25 miles per hour, this. Injured, dial pound law. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.